Welcome to the F1 Sprint Cup. We are at Sochi Autodrome. 18 corners. Turns 1 not really being a corner, turn 2 being a bit of a disaster zone. We always see cars coming together there at turn 2. Turn 3 is quite an exciting turn. You get to go around there at pretty high speeds. If you're really good, you can definitely get an overtake done through turn 3, going into turn 4. Alright, we should be getting underway momentarily. In a few seconds time we'll start with qualifying. Not a full grid tonight. Looks like we've got what have we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, I think 16, 15 or 16 drivers. So not a full grid, but I'm sure we'll get some 15 drivers. Hopefully we'll get some good racing anyway. Obviously Leo is a weirdo, is the man to beat. He's the man to beat, or at least that's the way it seems. Over the last few races he seems to have done very well. Obviously Plebs is always a good competitor in this competition, assuming drivers can stay out of trouble. Riding on board with We921. So let's see who's at the head of the pack. So Semi-Pro is at the head of the pack. So Semi-Pro will be the first driver to set a time. He's warming up his tyres, getting them into the window. You see Snickers Buds on the mediums, Shiz Jacks, which I think is previously known as Oz Formula, is also going out on the mediums. Oops. There should be plenty of opportunities for overtaking here, particularly there at I think it's turn 13, after the DRS straight. Should be able to get an overtake done there. If the car ahead of you obviously doesn't have DRS on the car ahead of them. So coming around the final corner to start now. Flying lap. So into the first DRS zone. Down into turn 2. That'll be quite a challenging corner at the start of the race, as drivers are jostling for position. It'll be interesting to see if we see anybody take to the runoff and having to go through the bollards. So down to turn 4, I think, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6. Can be a tricky corner, that one. As you come through there, you can easily spin on the exit. So on to the second DRS straight, if we want to call it that. It's not overly straight. Late on the brakes going into turn 13. Careful how you take turn 14. You can easily spin on the exit there. And similarly here on turn 15, with the off-camber corner there, it can actually cause you quite a bit of grief. So coming around the second to last corner, and Semi-Pro sets a reasonable 1:33.3. 1.3 seconds off the pace of Breno 23 at the moment. We 921's just gone faster again with the 1:32.0, and Buster T1's done a 1:31.9. So we're getting some fast laps out there at the moment. So let's have a look. Let's see what Leo's coming around the final corner, and that's clearly a banker lap. I think Leo will probably go again. And Spuddy's just set the fastest lap, 1:31.6, so the times are dropping pretty quickly. It's quite an interesting livery that Leo's running. It's lots of pastel colours in there. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, into the wall. Oh, no. That's not great for qualifying. Yeah, unfortunately, Leo's put it into the wall. It's caught too much of the curb on the exit there of turn 4. What's that? Turn 6. And has ended up running wide and put it into the wall. Lost his wheel. That's most unfortunate. Alright, who we got? It's right on with Tinselman. Tinselman's coming around to turn 15, turn 16. And looks like this is a bit of a banker lap as well for the Tinselman. So let's ride on board and see what sort of lap time. Oh no, it wasn't. Okay, it wasn't a banker lap. That was his out lap. All right, we'll ride on board. So turn 1 came through there. Turn 1, it's barely a turn. We've heard that mentioned many times during the commentary over the weekend for the Russian Grand Prix. It's how they even classify it as a corner, I'm not really sure, but you know, when you consider that the bend in turn 1 is probably no more than the bend in the second DRS straight. Looks like Tinselman may have invalidated his lap, so I suspect he's going to have to come back into the pits and refuel and go again. Right, let's see what Honest Crook can do here. So coming around turn 3. Into turn 4. Take a bit of the curb there, you don't want to run too wide. Through turn 5. Into turn 6, which is where we saw Leo run wide and take the wall. Honest Crook's gotten through there relatively unscathed. Plebs has now set the fastest time of 1:31.9. Coming through. Looks like he had a bit of a snap there as he came out of 14. That might have cost him a bit of time. He nearly lost it again. around the final 2 corners. Nearly lost the back end again there. Final corner, and 1:33.4. So he's got a bit of work to do there. Okay, let's ride on with F1 boy. Looks like he's on an flyer, so he's coming through sector 1 at the moment. It looks like Jax is out of the session as well without having set a time. Oh, ran a bit wide there, and yeah, F1 boy's invalidated his lap. Alright, let's have a look. Scotty's on an out lap. Let's have a look. We921. So he did set the fastest lap early. Now needs to go almost a second faster to put it back on pole. And through sector 2. Let's see if there's any improvement on his sector 2 time. So coming onto the DRS straight again. Yeah, so nearly 3/10 up, but that's not going to be enough to put him back on the front row of the grid. We'll get him close if he can improve. A little bit more in the final couple of corners. And invalidates at the final turn. That's got to be frustrating. Very easy to do here in Russia. Cut too much to the inside curb, or run a little bit wide on the exit, and yeah, you're gonna invalidate your lap. So that's unfortunate. All right, let's see who's. So semi-pro is coming around the final couple of corners. Let's see if semi-pro can improve on their first time. Improves by a bit over 6.5 tenths. Only moves up, I think, 2 spots, so not a huge improvement. Alright, let's have a look. Honest Crook. This doesn't look like an overly quick lap. Not sure if he's if this is an in lap. It might be an in lap. Let's have a look. Banana Josh improving, not by a huge amount through sector 1. Let's have a look through sector 2. Small margins, you know, 4/100ths, not a lot. If Banana Josh wants to move up the grid at all, he's going to have to put in better laps than that. And see that the livery's changed this week for Banana Josh. It's more of a zebra theme. I think previously, if I remember correctly, Banana Josh was running a improved by 6/10. So either that was a massive improvement in the final sector, or the times we were seeing up on the sector times were wrong. Let's have a look. Well, that's a really useful camera angle. Alright, so let's ride on board with Scotty. He's currently sitting in P2. Needs to improve by a bit over a tenth to take pole off of Plevs. So I'm assuming that this is doing a bit of a warm-up lap here. He's got ERS turned off completely, so wants that battery fully charged, but is running fuel very low. Unless Scotty's on an in-lap here. He is. He's on an in-lap. Okay. Alright, let's have a look. Buster. Oh no. Who's that? Oh. Must be Goodwill. Goodwill's put it into the wall. That's most unfortunate. Well, Goodwill won't be improving on 10th place. I guess all you can hope for is that the Stickers Bud doesn't improve, and that F1 Boy, the Tinterman, and ACW 132, who seems to have joined the session late, you know, don't set faster times. So it looks like Buster's pitting as well. Alright, let's have a look. Who's out on a flyer at the moment? Okay, we're right on board with Tinselman. Coming into turn 1. Turn 2, well turn 2, sorry, turn 2 and 3. Around the big bend. Doesn't run wide there, which is good. Doesn't invalidate his lap, as we've seen other drivers have done on some of the corners. So having not set a time, Tinselman is running out of, he's just invalidated again. Ah, dear. Alright, let's have a look. ACW 132. It looks like Combat Wombat's joined us late as well. So left it very late. If he's going to get a lap in, it's going to have to be an epic lap. All right, coming into turn 13. It's nicely taken there into 14. So you can lose the back end there very easily. He's handled that quite well. Coming down the final little stretch to final 2 turns. Let's see whether or not he manages to finish this without invalidating. No. Oh no, and he's into the wall. Minimal damage by the looks of it. Looks like we'll be able to continue on, but I don't think there's going to be any time left for Tinselman to improve. Sorry, ACW to improve. Tinselman's obviously is out, so he's obviously binned it somewhere there. I didn't see that one happen. Let's see what Combat Wombat can do. Literally only going to get one crack at this, I think. So through turn 1. Down into the heavy braking zone of turn 2. I'm not sure who the car ahead is, but I assume they're both on flyers. Nope, no they weren't. So whoever that was got out of the way nicely for Combat. ACW 132 has also binned it by the looks of things, so not great for these latecomers. I guess they haven't had a lot of running, and they've had to try and put their laps in late and put a lot of pressure on themselves. We'll see how Combat goes here. Final couple of corners coming up. It's going to have to be an awesome lap. It looks like Plebs has gone faster again. So it's a 132.6 from Combat Wombat, so not enough to really get very high up the grid, but into the top 10. That means they'll have to start on the soft tyres. Let's have a look who's still Honest Crook. Doesn't look like they're improving. Don't know if it's because they're on an in lap. It's hard to know. And Buster's improving, two tenths up. See if he can put the car a little bit higher. Back end's a little bit loose there on 14 and 15. 131, improved by 2 tenths, but didn't really improve the position there. So Snickers Buds coming through the last 2 corners. Let's see what Snickers Bud can do to improve. Improves the position up to 12. So Goodwill, who went out, and Leo is a weirdo who went out, obviously dropping to 13 and 14, and Shiz Jax and the Tinselman and ACW 132 are obviously all going to start at the back. So Plebs has put it on pole, which is probably not a great surprise to most. Scotty there as well, who's also a pretty strong competitor in this competition. Good effort there from Wee921 to put it into 3rd, Breno in 4th, Buster in 5th, Chronic Sane in 6th. So not a bad effort. I guess, you know, with Leo going out of the session early, I guess we don't really know what Leo would be able to do, but obviously he's going to have to fight his way back through the pack to have a crack at this. Alright, we'll get racing very shortly. We'll just wait for everybody to finish jumping into the session. So it looks like the weather's going to be kind to us. Clear skies. Doesn't look like there's likely to be any rain. Unlike the weekend's Grand Prix. Alright, we'll get racing in, well, at least the warm-up lap in 10 seconds time, so it looks like we won't have Sochi on our calendar in the future. As I understand it, it's being replaced with another track. So soft to medium, lap 6 to 12, lap 8 to 12 if you're going soft hard. I'm assuming most of the grid is starting on the soft tyres. It does look that way. Oh no, we've got Snickers Bud on the mediums. Let's have a look. Snickers Bud on the mediums, Shiz Jax on the mediums, ACW 132 on the mediums as well. So see, Leo's chosen to go on the softs. Obviously the intent there is to try and fight his way through the field quickly, and then I guess hit. The undercut here is quite strong in reality. I don't know whether that's true for the game. It may well be, so he might want to try and knock his way through the field as quickly as he can, pit early, get into some clean air, and knock out some quick laps and hopefully jump a few cars as they all come into the pits afterwards. So coming through the final couple of corners and the grid will start forming up. Looks like no issues from anyone on the warm-up lap, no one's had a spin or anything like that, so we should get the grid forming pretty quickly, and then we'll get racing. Okay, the last cars are coming into place. So 17 runners, 3 on the softs, 5 flights, and we're away. Plebs holds the lead, Scotty behind him. We921's lost out to Buster T16 as we go into the braking zone. Everybody gets through safely. Somebody's ghosting there in the back. So Chronic Saint and Breno swap positions, and we've got a safety car. Shizjack and Semi-Pro are out. Not sure what's happened there. Looks like they may have, judging by where they were on the map, it looks like they may have come together. Not sure if anybody else got involved in that. I really do wish that for spectator views that they had some form of replay system in place, so you could, go back and actually see what's happened when things like that happen if you miss them. Right, so Banana Josh is quite... so Banana Josh looks like... No damage there, so I'm not sure why Banana Josh is so far off the back of the pack. I guess it doesn't really matter once they catch up to the safety car. He'll have caught back up to the back of the pack anyway. So, a couple of cars going into the pits. Buster, Chronic, and Scotty. Didn't see any damage on anyone's cars, so let's... There's no damage there, but he's decided to lap 2 to go onto the mediums. Seems like an interesting decision. Leo's done it as well. Breno's gone on to the hards. He's obviously hoping to get to the end of the race on those. Honest Crook's gone on to the mediums as well. Banana Josh's gone on to the mediums, and Goodwill's gone on to the mediums. So some interesting decisions there to pit in early. So we get the Aston Martin safety car here in Sochi, which is makes a bit of a change from the Mercedes. I think that they didn't have that in the game at launch, but I think that's been updated in or added in one of the more recent updates. So we're down to 15 runners. I'm not sure whether the ones who went into the pits to jump onto the mediums, whether they're gambling on more safety cars or this particular safety car situation to carry on for a few laps, and they may be able to squeeze those mediums right to the end. I guess potential advantage for the likes of Snickers Bud and ACW 132, who started on the mediums. They can Oh, okay, ACW's pitted. It's an interesting choice. Started on the mediums, has now decided to go into the pits and is going to put on the soft tyres. That seems like a strange strategy decision to me. I'm not sure why you would give up the track position there to go onto soft tyres. They're unlikely to make it to the full distance of the race. But you never know. I guess be on faster tyres, hopefully, you know, be able to jump back ahead of all the cars on the mediums. You know, maybe he's gambling that, you know, he can push the soft tyres to the end and then jump the medium runners on track. So Snickers Bud's the only one of the medium runners who's decided to stay out on the... Well, I guess there was only two because Shizjax didn't actually complete a lap. But Snickers Bud's obviously opted to stay on the mediums. I guess making the assumption that we'll have to swap to the soft tyres at the end when the cars in front of him will all have to swap to the mediums, so we'll be faster on a lighter fuel load. But I guess it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because the medium tyre runners who have all just changed up, and Breno on the hards, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Safety cars coming in at the end of this lap, so Plevs is starting to back up the pack. Get the tyres warmed up as they get ready to go again. So we'll see how far Plevs backs the pack up and how long for. A little bit of lag going on there. I'm not sure what's going on. Alright, and it looks like Plevs has put the foot down and he's going. I think he's caught them napping a little bit there. Alright, let's go back and have a look. Oops. See what's happening here. We've got Combat and the Tintelman are swapping places side by side. And it looks like Tintelman's got... Oh, we've got ghosting cars there, so I'm not sure if the F1 boy is ghosting or is it... Is that... oh no, we've got a spinner. Tintelman's spun. Well, that's unfortunate. Obviously those tyres weren't warmed up anywhere near enough. So we got Leo's a weirdo, Snickers Bud. We got Wee921 who's looking to make the overtake on Snickers Bud and gets it done. Looks like Breno might try and have a crack as well. It's quite close here in the mid-pack. And Breno gets past Snickers Bud as well. Honest Crook's gotten past Snickers Bud. Looks like Snickers Bud's dropping back. I'm not sure if they've taken damage. They certainly seem to be struggling quite a lot there. Meanwhile, Plevs has set the fastest lap. Right, let's have a look here. We got ACW132 on the tail of Honest Crook. So we'll see whether or not there's an overtake in the offing going into turn one. Has a think about it, decides to pull back in behind. Alright, we've got moving up Chronic Saint and Buster battling for P2 at the moment. So Buster's lost out to Chronic Saint there, running a bit wide. Looks like Wombat might be hustling Buster for P3 momentarily. run a little bit wide there, I think, on the exit. He's lost a bit to Buster. Behind us, Leo is on the tail of Scotty. Slightly fresher medium tyres. Leo does seem to be quite rapid, comparatively speaking, to most of the other drivers on the grid. Meanwhile, Plebs is checked out in front with nearly a 4-second gap, so we'll see what happens here with Leo. Buster's picked up a 3-second time penalty. Oh dear. Snickersbud has gone into the pit, so I'm going to assume Snickersbud and maybe F1 Boy have both taken damage, or F1 Boy's deciding to swap out the tyres now. We've got a position change here between ACW and Breno. And we've got Honest Crooks on Breno's tail as well. Obviously Breno's on those much harder, slightly slower medium tyres, comparatively speaking, to Honest Crook. So we'll see whether Honest Crook can get the overtake done on the much faster medium tyres. It's right on him now. So coming into the final turns before we hit the DRS zone, where Breno's definitely not got DRS on the car in front, so this should be a relatively simple overtake for Honest Crook going into the braking zone. He's pulled to the inside and yeah, gets the overtake done easily. Leo is a weirdo. He's battling with Scotty here as they're going through the final couple of corners. And somebody's going into the pits. Is that... I'm not sure who that was going into the pits. So we got that was Buster T16. ACW 132 is now set the fastest lap. So you got Leo, Scotty, and Wee921 is Scotty. Oh no! Oh, Leo's into the wall. Has he taken any damage? No. That was. I'm not sure that Scotty and Leo left each other enough room there, so I'm not sure. We may see a protest come out of that. So Leo's now dropped back in behind Wee921. He's going to be stuck in a bit of a DRS train once we get around to the DRS zone. Breno and Banana Josh were battling for position there. And it looks like Breno's going to hold on to that position, maybe. Close. Banana Josh maybe get the DRS. Yeah, Banana Josh gets the DRS, so this will be a fairly simple overtake. He's definitely on the softer tyre, so he is in theory supposed to be much quicker. We'll stick with these guys for a little bit, just see whether or not Breno can fight this one back. It's still quite close, so I guess he's in DRS, so I guess going into the to the DRS zone on the main straight here, he'll absolutely get that overtake done, I reckon. So Chronic Saint has pitted. So, and Breno does get the overtake done quite easily there, going through the through turn 2. Okay, Leo's on the tail of Wee921, who was also equally on the tail of Scotty793. So let's follow this battle for a bit and see what comes of this. Leo's going to definitely get DRS, but Wee's going to have DRS as well. But it'll just be interesting to see whether or not Leo's able to get the overtake done all the same. And he's going to have a crack at it. He's going to try and go up the inside. Geez, they're going to go 3 wide into turn 13. Scotty's managed to stay in front, and We921's managed to stay in front of Leo as well. So they've basically held position. Pretty dicey there, going 3 wide into turn 13. That can easily end in disaster. So we'll see if Leo gets another opportunity to get the overtake done here in the DRS zone. Meanwhile, Plebs is now 7 seconds ahead of this group. So tight, the 3 of them going through there, battling for position. Leo's just got his nose ahead, going into the braking zone. Oh, this is nice racing. They're giving each other just enough room. It looks like Leo's going to get the overtake done now. So We921 will obviously have another opportunity potentially in the next DRS zone to try and take that position back. Meanwhile, Leo will obviously be trying to take P2 from Scotty. Which he's going to do quite easily going into the braking zone, and it looks like We9211's probably going to get the overtake done there. Oh, I don't know that he left Scotty enough space there. I reckon that was I reckon he forced him wide, so we might see some reports being filed for that, and some penalties potentially being dished out. Oh, We921 has retired from the session, so not sure what happened there. He must have binned it on the approach, and we've got a safety car. Well, we might start seeing some, I mean, Plebs has probably timed that relatively well. We'll probably pick up quite a bit. Goodwill pitting, maybe we'll get an advantage out of that. It'll be interesting to see whether anybody else pits on the next circuit round. So Leo is, having come from right at the back of the grid, is now leading the race. 7 laps on those medium tyres. I reckon that decision that he took on that first safety car to pit and swap onto the mediums may actually pay off. With 3 laps to go, he's good chance of holding that position. And Plev's now down in 6th. He's come out on fresh medium tyres. He will be faster than the guys on the slightly older mediums. I think ACW 132 is probably going to be in a bit of strife. Honest Crooks picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Obviously didn't get the brakes on early enough as he pitted, so the advantage he was hoping to get from pitting and going onto the soft tyres all but lost potentially with that 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So it'll be interesting to see on lap 11 whether we may get 1 lap of racing left out of this this first race. So, 14 runners left out of the 17 who started. if the safety car comes in on this lap, we'll get two laps of racing hopefully, but I suspect that the safety car will do another tour of the circuit, and we'll probably get lap 13 as our final racing lap. All Leo's got to make sure of is that I know safety car is coming in this lap. Okay, alright, so coming in early. Obviously no DRS. We probably won't have DRS at all again for this race, so it's just going to be down to driver skill, I guess, to try and get past your opponent. So Leo's backing up the pack, trying to get the heat into the tyres before he starts going again. He's backing the pack up right into the final corner, and now he's going. Alright, so we've got Leo, ACW 132, maybe able to take those soft tyres to the end now. Scotty in behind. What have we got happening back here? Buster's putting some moves on Chronic Saint, and Tinselman's putting some moves on Buster. Oh no, we've got somebody gone off there. Not sure who that was. So Buster's. Oh, we've got a spinner. Tinselman. That's, I think, his second or third spin for the race. Most unfortunate spin there. Alright, well, Banana Josh, Plebs, Chronic Saint, Buster, ACW, Scotty are all chasing down Leo. I think unless he makes a big mistake, I think Leo's got this race wrapped up. So let's see if Chronic can get ahead of Banana Josh going into the braking zone. Is he going to do it? He's on the outside. It's probably a risky move to try and take it on the outside, but he's now put himself at risk of getting passed by Buster, who's on the inside going into... Oh no, Buster's taken Banana Josh. They've made contact going through the corner there. That's not great. Again, I suspect maybe not enough space given to each other there. So we now got Plevs is right on the tail of Buster's now retired. Dear. So Plevs trying to put the move on Scotty and gets it done. He's not got a lot of time left to try and chase down the top two. So ACW's on the back of Leo, but like I said at the start of the broadcast, Leo is rapid, so I think chasing him down is going to be a bit of a mugs game, I think, in this case. But Plevs is moving pretty quick. I reckon he'll, if he can, running out of track to get a move done. And without the DRS to assist him, he looks like he's not going to be able to get the overtake done. He might have to make a bit of a dive up the inside if he wants to take P2, but I don't think he's going to get it done. I think Plevs is going to have to settle for third here. Leo set the fastest lap on the final corner and on the final lap, and ACW's managed to keep their nose ahead of Plevs to hold on to second place. And race control DRS is enabled. Thanks, race control. The race is over. It's really not much use to anybody. So Leo's come from the back and managed to win this race. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, really. Let's be honest. Made a good strategy decision coming in to swap onto the medium tyres. I did question it at the time. I thought it was a bit strange. ACW 132's got the driver of the day. So it's a good result. I think he was slightly behind Leo from memory, which is obviously why he got driver of the day as opposed to Leo, who went from towards the back and got the win. But no, some good racing there. Some good racing. Some nice wheel-to-wheel racing. So that was pretty good. Oh, it looks like Plev's managed to nab the fastest lap right at the end there. He was, like I said, rapidly catching ACW 132. Just couldn't get the overtake done in the end. Without the DRS, it was unfortunately, he wasn't going to get that overtake done. Scotty finished 4th, which I guess not too bad considering he had a spin earlier. And the rest of the grid, I think the Tinsel Man will be ruining missed opportunities with the spins that he had. And Breno obviously didn't get the benefit out of that hard tyre gamble that they'd hoped for. Well, we'll take a short break, folks, while we wait for the grid to get sorted out for the second race. Alright, we're back, ready for race 2. So reverse grid from the top 10. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I guess, you know, Leo will be starting from 10th. ACW, oh, I don't see ACW 132 will be starting from 9th, and Plebs will be starting from 8th. Can't remember who finished 10th. But whoever that is will be starting on pole. We'll find out very shortly. So just waiting for all the players to get into the session. Okay. So second race, looks like the weather's fine again, so no rain. Looks like we got the exact same conditions that we had for the first race. So weather's not going to play a factor in the second race. It's going to be all down to driver skill. Alright, here we go. So warm-up lap. We'll get things set up here. So looks like free tyre choice in the second race. So we've got Buster T16 is starting on pole. So we've lost somebody from the driver lineup. So we've got 16. Or actually, we lost 2 people from the drivers lineup. I think so. We had 17, and Reedy's joined in this session. So we've lost 2, gained 1. Not sure who we're missing here. So Banana Josh will be starting from P2 on the mediums. So Buster's decided to start on the softs, try and build a lead on the medium runners. Sounds like a good strategy. So reverse grid from the top 13 by looks of things. Okay. Not the top 10, so Leo starting from 13th. Well, we saw what Leo was able to do in the first race, starting from towards the back of the grid, so certainly don't rule Leo out of a race win here. Obviously he's starting on the softer tyres compared to ACW 132 and Plebs ahead of him, who have decided to start on the mediums. So Leo will want to get ahead of those guys as quickly as he can to get an advantage when it comes into the pit stops. Alright, so the grid's forming up now. Very shortly we'll get our 5 lights and we'll get racing. Okay, final cars are coming into position. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're racing. So Buster holds on to first. We've got Breno and Honest Crook battling for positions along with Tintelman. See who's gonna... Oh, there's been damage already there. Who's that's taken to the runoff? Gone straight through the bollards, but with wing damage back there. That looks like it might be Combat Wombat who's taken damage. No, not Combat Wombat. might be further back in the field. It might have been Snickers Bud. No, it wasn't Snickers Bud. Somebody took damage. So it looks like there's more damage has been had there. There was a piece of wing, so I'm not sure who took the damage. Was it Reedy maybe? No, it wasn't Reedy. Chronic Saint maybe? Yeah, so it's Chronic Saint who took some damage there going through the turn 2. Did Goodwill get caught up in that as well? Yeah, Goodwill's gotten caught up in that as well. So Chronic Saint and Goodwill have taken damage there. Alright, Honest Crooks. Oh no, Honest Crooks had a spin. That's unfortunate. I'm not sure what's happened there. Obviously everybody's going past him now. So Scotty's, Plevs, Scotty, Tinselman are all trying to chase down Buster. Buster's pulled out a 1.1 second lead. Tinselman's right on Breno. Scotty's on Tinselman. Plevs is on Scotty. ACW's on Plevs, and Combat Wombat is on ACW. So it's quite close there at the moment for the battle for the top 3. The third position on the podium. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they're able to continue battling with each other. Leo's pitted. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car, so Leo's pitted under the virtual safety car, gone onto the mediums. He's taken the same strategy from race 1 and applied that to race 2. So we'll see if it works out the same for him in this race. So Breno's just ruined his race by getting a drive-through penalty for speeding. Tinselman's gotten ahead of Breno. Scotty's going to try and have a crack as well. Not in this corner, maybe maybe in the next corner. We've got Plevs is in that conversation as well. Trying to take the inside line, backs out of it. You've got ACW's right on Plevs as well. So DRS is enabled. So let's see what happens here if Scotty's able to get the overtake done on Breno. He's going to try and go around the outside. Run a little wide there across the corner, so he's compromised his entry into turn 3. Plevs is trying to go up the inside of Breno, maybe forced him slightly wide there. Breno's trying to win that spot back, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so. So ACW's now on the tail of Breno, going into the DRS zone. So thankfully for Breno, he's still got the DRS on Plevs, so he's going to have a crack back at Plevs. Is he going to get it done? Oh no, sorry, it was Breno and ACW, sorry, battling for the position there, going into the braking zone. My bad. We got Combat Wombats in the conversation as well, and looks like ACW's decided to dive into the pits. I think no, sorry, that was Breno's decided to dive into the pits and swap out the tyres. So interesting decision. So Combat Wombat is looking to have a crack up the inside of ACW and is going to get the move done. No, he's had to back out of it, and that's left him vulnerable to Wee921, who might like to have a crack going into turn 4, but doesn't. maybe into turn 5, gets the inside line and gets the overtake done. So we'll see whether or not Combat's able to have another go. Don't think he will though. And so Plevs has got the DRS on Scotty. And Tinselman's taken P1 from Buster while we were looking at this. So Plevs gets ahead of Scotty. So Buster's lost out to Tinselman, but is still in DRS, so should be able to have a crack at getting that position back going into turn 2. If he doesn't drop too far off. Yeah, 9/10, that might be a bit of a stretch. Scotty's going to have the DRS on Plevs, but Plevs has got it on Buster as well. Just having a look down the back here, it looks like we've got some pitters. So I wasn't sure what the position changes were there. So Leo is currently in P12, now up to P11, P10. So Plevs is right on the tail of Buster now, but Buster's still hanging on to the back of Tinselman just. May drop out of DRS before they get to the DRS zone if he's not careful. He's on the faster tyre, so he should, in theory, be much quicker than Tinselman on the mediums, but I think he might have just dropped out of DRS. Or did he got to keep the DRS? Plevs is going to get the move done quite easily there in the end. So Scotty's probably going to have try and have a crack at Buster in the next DRS zone. Meanwhile, we've got ACW's going to pit. Right, try and get the undercut on Banana Josh, I guess. Buster's also come into the pits, so he's going to get his pit stop out the way. He's going to drop a fair way back though. Maybe not to last, but certainly it's going to definitely impact on his race position. Okay, Leo's set the fastest lap. He's making his way through the pack. Now up to P6. Plevs is going to hang on to the back of Tinselman here, and I would imagine make that overtake going into turn 13. So this should be a relative routine overtake for Plevs. Oh no, he's not going to get it done. No, he's going to bide his time, stick with him, and I guess have a crack at it in the DRS zone down the main straight. And Tinselman's decided to jump into the pits early. I assume he's aiming for some form of undercut on Plevs. So he's going to go into the soft tyres. He's going to try and take those. Oh no, that was a slow stop. That was a slow stop. I'm not sure what he got held for there, but that was definitely a slow stop. So Leo's now up to 4th. Lots of position changes as people are diving in and out of the pits there. We've lost Reedy, and it looks like we've now also lost Breno. Breno's put it into the wall coming out of the final turn. Ah dear. So I didn't see what happened to Reedy. I'm not sure when that happened. That might have been the start. Oh, it might have been at the start of the race. So we got a safety car. So I think the Plevs and Scotty and Banana Josh will take advantage of the safety car and pit for fresh tyres, I would imagine. That'll give Leo the lead of the race. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Plevs does dive into the pits here. Yes, he does. And Scotty's going to follow him, and I imagine Banana Josh will follow him in as well. Goodwill's picked up a 3-second time penalty. So Leo is going to inherit the lead of this race if he can get around those final few corners before Plevs and Scotty and Banana Josh get out of the pits. This is going to be a close run thing. I think he's going to get it done. Maybe just, maybe not. No, but he is going to come into third. So I'm not sure Leo's taking the position from Scotty there, where the game's told him he could. Must have had track position as they were coming out of the pit, so the game's allowed him to take second place. So this could be interesting. Obviously Leo's on 5-lap old mediums, Plev's on fresh softs, so this could be a quite an interesting battle for the final section of this race. We're going to have five laps of racing, maybe 4 laps of racing, depending on how long the safety car stays out. The mediums will definitely go the 5 laps without too much trouble, given how slowly we're going under the safety car. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not Leo's fast enough to back it against Plevs on the faster, softer, fresher, softer tyres. And obviously, Leo will need to try and hold his position against Scotty and Banana Josh and Tinselman, who are all on nice, fresh, soft tyres behind him as well. So this could be a really good end to the race. It'll be very, very interesting to see. So it looks like safety car's not coming in this lap, so it looks like we're going to go around again. So looks like we're going to get 4 laps of racing, assuming no further safety cars, of course. But we all know what this racing can be like at times. Safety cars are often inevitable. All it takes is somebody to bin it into the wall, and the next thing you know, we've got a safety car. So Shiz Jax has decided to pit. Interesting decision, I guess, to make that decision to pit late under the safety car. Drop right to the back of the grid. Very odd decision. Not sure what the tactical thought was there. All the cars ahead are, they're all on fresh soft tyres as well. So it's not like you're going to be able to make up positions. But you never know. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Fingers crossed we'll get the notification shortly when we get around the was it turn 7, I think. hopefully get the notification to say that the safety car is going to come in on this lap. I can't see any reason for it to stay out any longer. It's been out long enough, and whatever was needing to be cleaned up is well and truly. Yep. Alright, so safety car's coming in this lap, so Plebs is going to back the pack up now. Start doing the tyre warm-ups, getting ready for going racing again. So Leo's not as concerned about warming up tyres, more concerned with making sure that he stays in contact with Plebs. He's wanting to keep Plebs honest, and Plebs is going to go now. So we're back racing. We'll see if there's any movement down the pack, whether anybody manages to get a jump on anyone else. It doesn't look like it too much. Tinselman's close to Banana Josh, he's right on his tailpipe. Buster's picked up a 3-second warning. Sorry, 3-second penalty. Yeah, so it's just the 3-second penalty. Tinselman got a little bit out of shape there. That's allowed Buster to come back into the conversation, as has ACW. So this will be an interesting little tussle here. Tinselman's right on the back of Banana Josh as well. So this is close. Plebs has already built out a 1.2 second lead over Leo, so Leo's going to have to work hard. Scotty's right on his tail, and once DRS is re-enabled, he'll be able to get an overtake done, I would imagine. So Leo's going to have to try and hold on to third, which, while these cars here are battling, I guess that that does give Leo, I guess, a little bit of comfort that probably third place is relatively... Tinselman's now picked up a 3-second penalty. ACW doesn't even really need to get any overtakes done. Just needs to stay within 3 seconds. But Buster's dropped down. So ACW's got that overtake done. Banana Josh is still trying to hang on to the back of the Tinselman. Runs a bit wide there on the exit, and Leo has now picked up a penalty. Well, he's gonna have to pull out a bit of a gap there to hang on to third place. Combat Wombat's picked up a penalty. Geez, we got through the first race with hardly a penalty to speak of. But yeah, here we are. Penalties galore for these guys. So Leo's currently got a bit under 3 seconds to back to the Tinselman, so he's going to have to get his skates on. Buster really needs to try and get ahead of ACW and try and pull a gap. So we've got DRS switch back on now for the last 2 laps. Oh, Banana Josh has now picked up a 3-second penalty. That makes things a little bit easier for Leo now. He's definitely got more than 3 seconds back to ACW 132, who hasn't. So Banana Josh has gotten ahead of ACW. But at the end of the day, you know, with 2 laps to go, he's probably not going to pull out that gap, and ACW is going to have the DRS going into the next DRS zone anyway. So we'll probably get that overtake done to take the position on track rather than relying on the penalties to be applied at the end. But certainly the safety car spices things up a bit, but clearly, you know, Plebs is pulling out that lead, and he's going to take the win easily. And as I said, ACW is going to get that overtake done on Banana Josh quite easily there. He's now just got to chase down Tinselman if he wants to take that position on track. So Banana Josh is going to see whether or not he can fight back and get that position back from ACW. Is he going to get enough on him? No, not going to get enough, but we'll be able to get that position back. Not that it's going to make much difference really at the end of the day. Not sure what happened to Buster there. It's a great camera. We've got 3 cars there going close together. Some tidy racing there. We'll come back to see what's happening with Scotty here. Oh, Tinselman's now picked up another penalty, so that's pretty much going to drop him right out of the running. Snickers Bud's picked up penalties galore this race. It's crazy. So is Scotty going to get the overtake done? No, he's not going to get the overtake done on track. He's going to get first place, second place quite easily. As we ride on with Plebs coming around the final 2 corners. Goodwill's picked up another 3 seconds, and Plebs comes across the line to take the win quite easily in the end. Leo's come around, Scotty's taken second place. Tinselman's crashed it as he crosses the line, drops down to P7, P8 due to the penalties. Buster's down to P10. So ACW's finished in 4th place. We 921's finished in 5th, but Banana Josh in 6th. Well, that was some good racing there tonight. Actually, some nice wheel-to-wheel battles. Leo's Widow obviously picks up driver of the day, starting from 13th, coming up to finished 3rd. You know, 2nd on track, but obviously the penalty obviously let him down there. So good finish for Plebs. Take the win. Great work from Scotty to finish 3rd and finish 2nd, and Leo to come back and finish in 3rd place from 13th is just shows the quality of Leo as a racer. He's like I said, very quick. I think he and Plebs are probably 2 of the quickest racers that I've actually seen in this league. And when I say this league, I do mean the whole of Race Spec. From what I've seen, they are 2 of the most competitive drivers in the league. Well, thanks for joining us for round 6 at Russia. We'll look forward to seeing you all next week for round 7. Have a good night.